Looks like the Battle of LA Reloaded is happening. It's another great adventure, I would say, between the LA teams. Both teams, every time they play each other, I mean, one team can have a 10, 15-point lead. It doesn't matter. It seems to get evaporated, and the other team makes a comeback. Most of the time, or should I say 90% of the time, I would say the Clippers are on the better end. I think they've beaten the Lakers the last 10, 11, 12, 15, 16 times, however many times it is. But it's definitely going to be a tough one, tonight against the Lakers, because, the Lakers are playing for something, and so are the Clippers. The Clippers are playing to, keep their playoff hopes alive in regards to keeping a seed that they have currently in the playoffs, rather than find themselves in the play-in tournament. Now, I said before that, the Clippers put themselves in this position regardless of injuries or anything. You got to find a way to win. That's just the way it is. And even still, there's a lot of games where Kawhi and PG played where they had X amount of leads, or they had, they had a 10, 20-point lead, and they found ways to lose games like that. Whereas, and now when you look in the season, games like that really come back to hurt you. One game specifically was against the 76ers. They was up by 20, I think, and then the Sixers came back and actually won. Joel Embiid carried that game to the end to victory. And that was one of those losses by the Clippers, I thought, that really, left a stain or a bad taste in their mouth, but either way, they had to move forward, and here we are now. And now they're about to face a Lakers team that's pretty hot. The Lakers overall, have won like 7 out of their last 9 or 10 games. They're really doing good right now, and a lot of people are looking at it like they got rid of their problem, and now the locker room is clear, and now they're playing with a clear mind and playing all together, and the pieces that they got in the trade was very valuable to their success. So, now the Clippers play the Lakers, where Russ is going to come out there and he's going to be energetic. He's going to be engaged, and I know he is, but I just hope that Russell Westbrook stays under control, because a game like this, Russell Westbrook is liable to have 6, 7+ turnovers. I mean, even Skip Bayless said that, and I actually agree with Skip on that one, because he's going to come out with something to prove, to where it's like, y'all made a mistake letting me go. I'm actually the ingredient y'all needed to win. You just didn't know it. So Russ is going to come out with that mentality, and Russ is going to come out and play a certain way. He's going to come out and have all the energy, and hopefully, you got to hope as a Clippers fan, his energy isn't the negativity that the Clippers don't need, which is forcing things too much, forcing passes, trying to get to the lane, dribbling the ball off his foot, and, just having X amount of turnovers. He can't have the same amount of turnovers or more turnovers than assists. He can't do that. Otherwise, the Clippers will definitely lose. And Kawhi is just basically, stuck in the middle of this, seems like, because he is the best player on the team. But even still, Kawhi 40-point outburst last game didn't matter, because they still lost to the Pelicans, because not only because Brandon Ingram was on fire, but they just really couldn't stop the Pelicans, period. You know what I'm saying? No way, shape, or form or fashion seemed like to me. It looked like the Clippers just wasn't engaged defensively. And I keep saying, as I said in my previous video, if the Clippers are not engaged defensively, they're not going to go far or nowhere, because really that's their staple. They can shoot threes because they got so much talent and so much depth. But when they play collectively together defensively, it allows their offense to flourish a lot more. And the 3-pointers, when they're falling along with their defense is playing at a high level, then they're looked at as, then that's the reason why a lot of people might look at them as a contending type team when they play that way. But it takes a lot for the Clippers to play that way. They got to have their backs against the wall, and everything needs to be going wrong for them to go out there and play with some pride and some dignity the way they should do on consistent nights. And like I said, not having your star players there a lot of times definitely doesn't help with the chemistry. So they have to try to find ways to just, piece things together and, keep it moving. And then that a lot of times doesn't bode well for their championship aspirations, because when Kawhi and PG does come back, they might get a little rhythm with the other guys, and now they have to go back to the bench and all these other things. And now they added Russell Westbrook. So, I mean, it's like, the Clippers have been going through a lot of roller coaster up and down times this season. So, they are where they are right now, but this is a big game. And I definitely think, in my mind, they need to win this game more than any of the rest of the games. If they beat the Lakers tonight, to me, they might lose the next two games possibly and still, keep a 6 seed, in the West. You know what I'm saying? So, but they have to win this game against the Lakers if they really, want to build their confidence back up to where they need it to be, because, they've beaten the Lakers the last 10, 12, 15, 16 times or whatever. But this is the one they don't need to really lose to the Lakers, because, like I said, the Lakers can overtake or get close to their seeding and it can flip flop. The Lakers can get into the final playoff spot possibly, with a couple games left, and the Clippers could fall back, in the play-in tournament, which would be a huge, reversal. But at the same time, it can happen if the Clippers don't get right. And, not knowing when PG is coming back, that definitely hurts the Clippers, because they don't have that extra defensive guy that they really count on a lot. And a lot is on Kawhi right now. And I don't know how much, his knees can hold up or his body can hold up, whatever, because they still going to need to lean on Kawhi when the playoffs started, once they get there, or if they get there. So, I mean, it's really tough for the Clippers right now. And like I said, Kawhi just put up 40 points the last game, and that wasn't enough for them to win. So, I mean, everybody in the Clippers going to have to step up, because the Lakers are playing good, and, they got the pieces they got really fit, you know what I'm saying? And right now, they're looking like a team that's on a run, you know what I'm saying? So getting hot at the right time is very, very huge when you're trying to win a championship. And right now, the Lakers, they pretty much been, they've gotten hot at the right time, I'll say, or they've won enough games to put themselves in position, to be where they are. So, I mean, you got to give them credit. It's working out so far, but at the same time, the Clippers got to find a way to stop the bleeding. They got to find a way to stop their momentum. And the only way the Clippers are going to beat the Lakers tonight when they play them is if they play with the defense that I know that they can. And Kawhi is going to have to come out and just, match Anthony Davis and LeBron James, as much as he can. I mean, hopefully, he is not struggling too much or anything. But see, that's the problem. When Kawhi is struggling, now that you don't have PG, you really can't afford for Kawhi to struggle any game. Now, not unless Eric Gordon is going to hit 10 threes or something like that, which is possible, but at the same time, not likely. So everything needs to go right for the Clippers. It's definitely a big game to me. It's definitely probably one of the biggest games that they've actually had against the Lakers. All the other games were big in regards to, just the two teams playing against each other. But this is more about playoff implications. So, I mean, this is probably, one of them really huge ones that the Clippers definitely need to find a way to get. And it's definitely going to be tough, not having all your pieces there and they having all theirs. But Russell Westbrook's going to have to play his tail off. I mean, you got to hope that Russell Westbrook does. Russ is going to need to probably at least have about 20 points and 8 assists, what I'm saying, about 5 or 6 rebounds. And he only needs about 3 turnovers at the most. Because if he gets any more than 3 or 4, I don't see the Clippers winning, because that's just going to give the Lakers the advantage overall, and it's going to put the Clippers in a predicament they don't want to be in with their backs against the wall. And the good thing is it technically is a Clippers game, but I mean, it's pretty much going to be half and half there. So I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but this is a game, like the Clippers got to be, ready for psychologically and go in there and just, put their foot down, because the Clippers, I'm telling you, they don't want to fall in no play-in tournament situation. We saw what happened last year, even though they didn't have Kawhi Leonard, but it's still, you can find yourself losing to anybody in a situation like that. So I'm going to say, if I got to pick this game here, I'm going to say the Clippers, I'm going to say 116 to 110, the Clippers, what I'm saying? So I'm going to stick with that. That's my score, my prediction, for the game tonight. But regardless, let's see what happens.